All right, cool. So, go ahead and Greg, go. Well, Greg, go ahead and introduce yourself. Anything you want to share before we get started with the questions?
How's it going? This is Greg. I am a cloud engineer. I have been able to scale my earnings since joining Tails program. It's been a good investment. I am able to make the money back that I invested, and I definitely think it's beneficial from skill set standpoint and also mindset shift.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you some questions, but also just kind of honestly, just really just have a conversation, right? Be as transparent as possible, personal experience. I want people that's watching this just to get like a real world kind of experience of like what they can expect from going through my program. Make sense?
Sounds good.
Cool. So, what was your situation or challenge before joining the AWS Cloud Engineer program?
So I was already in tech. Um, I was a security engineer. My challenge was really trying to break that barrier in regards to making more money. So I was stuck around, let's say 140, and I wanted a way to like take up more work and make more money and really like live a better lifestyle. So I saw your ad on Instagram actually, and I, I don't know if you remember, but I hit you up first because you had your number in the bio. And the way you sold the program, like I was like, oh, this is beneficial. And when I saw your when we had our one-on-one or intro call and I saw like you were getting offers, I was like, oh, like if he could do it, I can, right? And never on like no hating stuff, but it's like, all right, if somebody else is capable, I know myself I'm capable too. So it's all about work ethic and applied knowledge. So for me, there was a bottleneck in regards to me getting the jobs or the offers that I yearn for. So when you don't have something or you need help with something, it's always good to go to somebody who has what you want as a reference point or as a coach. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the risk. He seems legit. I see you're getting results for other people as well, so I decided to join.
Cool. And knowing what you know now, like in terms of what you paid, like of course, like before you joined, you didn't know if, like how this will go. But now that you're on the other side, you went through the program, you know how it is. Would you say like Would you say it's like, do you say, would you say it's like risky? Like, would you say it's risk? Obviously, you're investing, any investment comes with risk, but the reality of
Right.
and how it works, would you think is, you know, any risk? Like, in terms,
So
yeah, go ahead.
I can't say that there's no risk, but with certain investments, it's about how you take the information and how you apply it. So you're giving a roadmap and you help me with the also with the mindset and also how to apply for jobs and even how to interview better. So with those things and even the skill set, it was like, all right, focusing on the things that are important for cloud engineering.
Yep.
So for an example, you know, IAC, so what is it, Terraform and also Ansible, configuration management, and then even Kubernetes, and that also giving that baseline of AWS, I felt like it was beneficial. And anybody you broke it down from A to Z, from for somebody who doesn't know anything about computers, and you also provided notes, which I felt is helpful because not everybody has that in them to take that initiative to make notes. So you made it pretty simplified for even a beginner.
Gotcha. Um, I like that you said, there's still risk, right? In my opinion, I think if someone joins and they don't actually do the work, like that's risk, right? Because they didn't get what they paid for because they didn't put in the work. But in terms of
Right.
like someone going through the program, doing what they're supposed to do you feel like this can work for honestly anybody who's interested that's willing to put
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing with the videos of the community that is helpful, the what is it, the accountability partner or even the client success partner. All these things are beneficial in helping you even when you might be overwhelmed or you might feel like, oh, like I'm stuck. You have people to reach out to that can help assist in this manner. So leveraging the resources that are available are very important. And never, oh, I think somebody said this, it's never like it doesn't just take you to get rich or like to earn more money. Like sometimes it really does take a team. So if you have to leverage the resources and the people that are available, and that could truly help you. So that's one thing that I felt community. We had people of all different age ranges and ethnicities here. So it's like we have a common goal, which is to become cloud engineers and to make more money.
Okay. Why did you choose this program over other options?
For me, it's how you articulated and sold the program, and also the time commitment. So we were able to pack in certain information that didn't take months or several months, I should say, and you tailor the information in a way that it was a few months rather than several months or several weeks instead of several months. So really got down to the nitty gritty and was able to focus on what we needed to focus on and keep the main things rather than stretching ourselves too thin. All right. So as people join, they'll see like week by week there's new technology and you have your assignments, you have your homework, you have your tech challenges, and everything kind of just dwindles in together. So you get into that repetition that you would use in the workplace itself.
Gotcha. So you feel like the stuff that's being taught in the program and the stuff that you're actually doing hands-on is directly relatable to actually like when you do get a job in terms of the tool and technologies and projects. Right.
Yep, yep, 1000%. So definitely beneficial, and of course, you have this as a resource, but you can always do your due diligence. Um, as someone who's taken certifications and obviously been to college and stuff like that, you never just rely solely on one source. So you want to keep learning as you go.
Gotcha. Okay. So how did the program help you achieve your goal of landing a remote AWS cloud engineer position?
So help me with again focusing on the main things and also how to. The big thing was the resume. All right. So I had a little bit of an ego because of my experience, I felt like, oh, I should be getting um offers or more contact or more people contacting me. But there was obviously a bottleneck that you kind of have to, and everybody has their own bottleneck all into why they can't get XYZ job, right? So you have to identify that. For me, it was my resume and my delivery. So I retailored my resume, I retailored my LinkedIn, um, you know, even put up a brand new picture on LinkedIn. And honestly, I've seen since what can I say, like December. I joined when November. Since this December, like I've noticed way more traffic on my my phone calls, LinkedIn, emails, like, all regarding jobs. So yeah, definitely beneficial.
So pretty much, because I remember on the one-on-one call, the intro call, I was kind of telling you about the program, telling you how it works, telling you the end result based on your experience. Even I told you about like how I'm getting a lot of recruiters reaching out to me, right? Instead of me like struggling to like reach out to people and barely getting someone.
Mm.
That's true, correct? In terms of like
Yeah,
everything I said that was going to happen.
yep. So man, tell us time.
Yeah, cool. And so you kind of touched on it before, and I want to take a note. People that are watching, Greg already he joined as as a security engineer. He has extensive experience, certifications, right? And we had a call. and we talked about like what do you think that was like the main thing that got him because at the time he had two offer letters in one day, right? Since joining, I think like 2 months and some change, since he got the four off. So he's totally got four offer letters, right? And we'll talk about that later. But he already had experience. But would you say the thing that really helped you was more so the mindset that you had coming into this program? Like, I'm going to do everything this guy tells me to do, apply it with a sense of urgency as opposed to experience. Like the experience helps, but like you had the experience before, but you still weren't able to get the offer letters. But you learned the skill of what I told you. You applied it with a sense of urgency. Do you think like the experience mattered? Was that the reason why you got the offer letters, or learning what I told you with a sense of urgency and applying it and like not BSing pretty much? What would you say?
So I will honestly say it's a combination of both
Mhm.
because the experience does help. Um, because from what I've seen, like they definitely want people who have good experience. You don't have to be, somebody who knows everything, but definitely have to be able to hold your own weight and not be a liability to a company. So I'll say that. And then also the mindset, like, I already, like you said, came in with moving with a sense of urgency, but just re-emphasizing that and like, all right, all hands on deck. Like I literally had a schedule of my alarms going off when to apply to jobs. Anytime I have free time at work or like even sometimes on the weekend, just like applying to jobs, getting better, interviewing. Because interviewing is a sport. Like you have to get your reps in. Like most of the time, you're not gonna just get the first offer. It really does take time. So you have to, you know, more or less get better at it. So I would say like the first month I was interviewing, but it wasn't progressing as I would like. But then December, January, that's when like things started to like really heat up. And even like February now, February 2025, I'm getting my LinkedIn looks crazy. Like it's just like a lot of people, emails, calls. It's just like, yeah,
And at this time of recording, since joining the program November 27th, you've gotten how many offer letters have you received?
five. I believe it's five.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Score. It's
Yeah. Some of them I have to turn down because it's like, all right, it may be a little bit too tedious.
yeah.
So it's like, you gotta pick and choose. But I would say sometimes you just roll the dice, see, don't underestimate yourself. And if you really like lock in and focus, like even for myself, I gotta stay away from my phone. I gotta make sure that I'm staying on top of tasks and being proactive rather than reactive, so people don't have anything to complain about. All right.
Yep.
So it's possible. It's just you got to be very organized and on it with certain things.
So someone watching, they're like, yo, this guy got five offer letters in the span of like 2, 3 months. Um, like what would you like if they're like, yo, how can I do that? Like, what would you say? Well, actually, let me take a pause on that because I'll ask that question towards the end because that's actually one of the last questions. But one thing I want to say is you talked about like you came in this with experience and bad experience definitely helped, which is true. Do you feel like, the program provides kind of like a real world simulation of projects and experience, and like because we build, your experience in this program with the hands-on projects and tech challenges. Do you feel like getting that hands-on experience with week 8, the last portion, interview prep, being able to articulate how I train people, do you feel like someone who has no experience at all, no certifications, no degree, can go through this program, get that experience, and still get an offer letter? Because not everyone's going to have experience because you have a good experience even before joining this program.
Right. Right. So I can say that with moving with urgency, with the mindset, with the not giving up mentality, you could definitely make it happen. It may be a little harder, but it's possible. And all you need is that one offer to get that momentum rolling. Then you have your own true experience. And it's good because even if you're in tech a lot of these skills are transferable for cloud engineering. Just keeping it a buck, right? So if you have experience on prem or like other domains within tech, it definitely helps. And even if you're not in tech, like there's other transferable skills, being attentive, being a good listener, being able to articulate yourself. Like all these things are important. So it's hard skills and soft skills as well. Like a big thing that I would say with interviewing, you have to show why you're the ideal candidate, and it's not all about technical, it's about personable skills as well. So Tayo, you know me, like I have good convo, like I could articulate myself well. So it's that, and then also making other people feel comfortable. So you can't just be like, you know, somebody who is unforgettable or somebody who's forgettable. You gotta be impactful in how you answer questions, but also show some of your personality as well when you interview.
Yeah. Yeah.
Small talk is key.
Okay. What would you say like um what was the biggest change in your life after securing these right 5 offer letters, which is insane. Um as a AWS remote cloud engineer, AWS cloud engineer.
Uh, so the biggest thing,
These are remote positions, correct?
yeah, they're all remote, no hybrid. And I'm starting to see like yeah, even with LinkedIn and even with the emails that I get, like I'm seeing more remote jobs. So I don't know if it's because it's 2025 now or what, but like yeah, especially with cloud engineering because it's all online. Like it there really shouldn't be a need for you to be in office. It, at that point, it's just politics with the company.
Okay. And you can pretty much work anywhere in the world or US, stuff like that.
Yeah, at least like anywhere in the US, depending on the company. Yeah.
Okay. Um, so working remote, good salary. What does the salaries look like for let's talk about the offers. Like for each offer, what are some of the salaries that you've seen?
The lowest I saw was 120,
Okay.
and I had to negotiate for that. But the highest that I've seen, I think I told you, but I have a C to C offer starting rather soon, and I actually got that up to 100 an hour.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's the highest I've got is 95, so you beat my record.
Man. Yeah, like I negotiated, did my due diligence. I was like, based off of the roles and responsibilities, I think this price would be applicable. And he came back and was like, yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I think that's like 205. So ranging from anywhere from 120 to the 200 range in terms of offer letters that you've received, correct?
That's right.
And do you feel like someone who was able to go through this program, who is serious, because I only accept serious people to be honest with you, um,
That's it.
they go through the program, do you feel like they can obtain the skill set just like you, and to be able to create and obtain offer letters just by like because they have the skill in terms of cloud engineering, in terms of interviewing and articulating yourself, because I teach that how to actually get consistent interviews like you've gotten. Do you feel like they can actually obtain that skill to create offer letters?
Yes.
Why?
So I think
Okay.
why they could create the skill.
No, yeah, no, like why do you think like um they'll be able to obtain that skill to be able to like get off others?
'Cause honestly, the way you broke it down, the way you packaged the information, it's in an easy like way to obtain the information. Also with the notes, and then also with the help, the client success manager, and also the projects, the tech challenges. Those things all combined together, you're really getting that real world experience that you can even put as a project on your CV or on your blog. Like these things are helpful.
Okay. Realistically, like what is like the lowest grade level that you think that could actually go through my program and still be successful based on how simple that I break things down? Like maybe it's ninth grade, maybe it's fifth grade, maybe it's whatever, like the lowest grade.
Um, Probably like eighth grade, maybe even lower. Yeah. Depends on what part of the world we're talking about, because not everybody is, some people are more advanced, some people are less. So it really depends.
So saying like someone who's like a junior or senior in high school, they could still go through this and be successful, right?
I believe so.
Okay. And so what do you think you'd be now if you where do you think you'd be now if you hadn't joined the program? You could say, probably got a job, you know, where do you think you'd be now?
Probably would have got a job, but it wouldn't be as fluent, and I don't think I would have had as many offers because the way I think I would have had to grind a little harder, and it would have been a bit more difficult. Whereas you help streamline the process, like um, you help break down the methods and the times to like apply and where to apply for jobs and stuff like that. So all that's in the program. So those who are serious can see that when they join. Um, but yeah, I think I would have got at least one offer, but it would have been a bit of a grind.
Okay. So one offer compared to five offers, and the total, I think it was around like 600 plus in total offers, if when I counted it, as opposed to like to 150.
Right.
And you can always generate more. Do you feel like, hey, I have the skill set if I wanted, if God forbid, let's say all your jobs just or everything that you're not working no more. Do you feel like, hey, I can go get another offer letter confidently because you know what to
Yeah, I could
do?
say that.
All right, cool. So like you could confidently say like money is never going to be an issue for you anymore. Like you can always generate income like confidently.
That's how I'm feeling.
Okay.
That's definitely how I'm feeling.
How does that feel? Like to know that you have that skill like confidently. If you like money will never be an issue.
It was amazing. I think that's what we should all strive for, honestly.
Okay. Never have to worry about money again. And so the last question is, what would you say to someone who's considering joining the AWS Cloud Engineer program, but is unsure? Like honestly speaking, the first call, you asked so much questions. There was a little bit of hesitant, like maybe is this real? I don't know. That's what I got. Maybe I'm wrong. But like honestly speaking, what would you say to your past self or to even someone that's like, yo, I'm not sure about this program? Like, and just be a 1000% honest. Like, what would you literally tell them or your past self or just anyone who's interested?
Take the risk. Um, in life, it's big risk or big reward. Giant risk leads to a giant reward. We see that with Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles. The the Giants debated, the Eagles took him up, and they won the Super Bowl in his first season. So sometimes, you know, you may have a million questions, but like if you see a community, you see and you believe in something, and believe in yourself, most importantly, take the risks, make it happen. But also know that there's work that has to be done.
Yeah.
Things aren't things that aren't given, they're earned. So you have to earn, for lack of better words, your crown. You gotta earn your livelihood. You gotta earn the things that you want in life. So you gotta put in that work.
And I say this to anyone who's even on the call with me. 1000% what Greg just said. This I would not recommend this to someone who is looking for a get rich quick scheme, a quick pill. Like you literally have to put in the work, but it's not rocket science. It only works for like 6 to 7 months, right? Averagely is 2 to 3 months if you are serious. And so um I want to end the call with just saying like number one, like Greg is literally the best student I've ever had because of his mindset of like one like this needs to work or it needs to work. Like that was his mindset. And he was just consistent. I didn't even have to like coach him. He was just like, yo, I'm done. I'm done this. I'm done this. What's next? Like he already knew what was next because I already designed a program like that. And so I was just guiding him, maybe some stuff here. I need to, go this way, go that way. That's why he paid me, paid the business. But as you see, big risk, big reward, right? $600,000 in offer letters generated within 2 months, 2 months and some change. Um, within 1 month and 21 days, got two offer letters in the same day. It's like I've never seen that. He beat my record. My record was 2 months to get my first offer letter for 135,000 a year. He had two offer letters less than 2 months, which is insane. So, it is only possible if you are willing to put in the work. Like that's if you're not, you're just wasting your time and more importantly, your money. So, that's pretty much it,
Yeah,
man.
just to piggyback off of that, I'm definitely seeing since 2025, there's been a lot more jobs. Like I literally just went on my LinkedIn and somebody pinged me at 8:58 p.m. about about a job. So it's yeah, there's money to be made. It's just over time you have to really build up your yourself, and but it shouldn't take that long once you know what you're doing and all that good jazz.
So real quick, well, how would you compare this to like a university? Let's say a master's degree in cloud engineering, as opposed to like my program. In terms
I don't even think they have master's degrees in cloud engineering or like that. I think it's, as we know, with school curriculum, they're a bit back from what's going on in the real world. So I don't even think they're. I've seen some like WGU, they have like master's programs and stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, but or not master's programs, bachelor's programs, but I don't think it can quite replicate everything as like this program.
Do you think in terms of the cost and the time from this program is better than because I've seen like some cloud programs, right? But not like cloud engineering. But do you think it's better or worse than a university? Like,
Um, I think that would depend on the university, but again, I think because cloud is still relatively new, it's they haven't really built like curriculums for it at scale.
mm, that's
Especially like even cybersecurity, it's a bit newer, and not every school. When I went to school, they didn't have it, and I graduated with 20 in the teens, right? So it's like they didn't have it until like after. So I'm like, all right, when is cloud engineering going to be a thing at grand scale across like multiple universities?
okay.
So I can tell.
Okay. Uh, that's pretty much it, man. Is there anything else you want to say before we hop off?
The world is yours. You just got to put in the work. That's it.
Appreciate you, Greg. That's pretty much it, man.
All right, man.
Deuce.